Okay guys, so welcome ulit sa ating YouTube channel. Ito yung lesson 28 sa ating set theory. So probably ito na yung last na i-discuss ko sa inyo sa SEM na to. So this is the Chinese remainder theorem. So mag-start muna tayo dito sa counting history or something. So dati kasi may isang mathematician named by or yung name niya is a Chinese by the name of Sun Chu as on para kumbaga nagtanong. So can you find a number which leaves the remainder 2, 3, I think mali yung sinagay ko. So napin ko lang. That's 2, 3, and 5 I think. Okay, so sabi nga 2, 3, and 2. Sige, tama lang. Can you find a remainder which leaves find a number which leave a remainder 2, 3, and 2 when divided by 3, 5, 7. Kumbaga, may number ka, pag dinivide ko by ganito, so for example, may number kang m, so pag dinivide ko daw by 3, ang sagot is may remainder, so something quotient tas remainder 2. Pangalawa, pag dinivide ko si m by 5, may something quotient siya plus may remainder 3. Tapos pangatlo, pag dinivide ko siya by 7, may something quotient siya tas yung remainder is 2. Okay, so ayun yung sinasabi niya. Okay, so ngayon dito nag-arrive yung mga Chinese or sila na ito ay may konting relation kay modulo or congruence. Bakit? Kasi si congruence is kinukonsider natin yung mga residue. So pag sabing residue is parang yung pinakamaliit, yung pinakamababang remainder na possible natin makuha. Okay, so itong tanong na yung sabi na anong number yon na maglilib ng remainder 232 when divided by 357 can be interpreted as this. So x is equal to or congruence to modulo 2 modulo 3 para sa una. So when the number is divided by 3, the remainder is 2. Next is when the number is divided by 5, the remainder is 3. Another thing, when the number is divided by 7, the remainder is 2. Okay, so ganun yung parang naging translation ng mga Chinese mathematician dati. So from that on, doon nabuo si tinatawag natin si Chinese remainder theorem dahil doon sa tanong na yan. So ngayon, nagkaroon sila ng possible solution or steps para ma-solve yung ating solution. So again, sa solution ko na lang ipapakita or yung steps nito, doon ko na lang ipapakita mismo para at least makita nyo. Okay, so ito yung theorem. So we have theorem 11.3. So the Chinese remainder theorem. Okay, so if m sub I, m sub j is equal to 1 for I not equal to j. So ano ibig sabihin yan? Hindi equal sa m sub I sa m sub j. So maraming divisor. So ito yun, 357. So kung yung GCD daw nila is 1, then the system congruence x is equal to a sub 1 mod m sub 1, x is congruence to a sub 2 mod m sub 2, x congruence to a sub n mod m sub n is solvable and the solution is unique modulo m. Okay, so that is a unique modulo m where m is the summation of product notation. So product notation ng m sub I for I is equal to 1 up to n. So sir, ano po yung ano po yung ating product notation? So again, interpret ko lang siya as ganito. So m can be equal sa product notation for I is equal to 1 up to n. Ang m sub I is equal to m sub 1 multiply by m sub 2 multiply by m sub n. So ayun ang ibig sabihin yan. So ang gagawin mo, hanapin ko yung value na m by multiplying all the divisor. So ayun kasi yung mga m natin. Tapos isa-solve natin yung ating system of congruences. Okay, so ito yung step. May step siya. So galing lang siya kay Chinese remainder theorem o dun sa ating process ng Chinese remainder theorem. So doon ko ipapakita sa mismo sa solution. So step by step ko siyang ipapakita sa inyo para makita nyo rin. Okay, so let's have example. So find the least positive integer which leaves a remainder or which leaves remainder 1, 2, 4, and 5 and when divided by 2, 3, 5, 7 respectively. So obviously, yung system ng ating equation o yung system ng congruence natin is 4. Okay, so medyo madami to. So this is x congruence to 1 mod 2. Next is x congruence to 2 mod 3. Next is x is congruence to 4 mod 5. Next, x is congruence to 5 mod 7. Okay? So, let us check kung ito ay solvable using the Chinese remainder theorem. So, anong sabi niya? Dapat daw yung GCD ng kada pair dito is 1. So, ano GCD ng 2 and 3? 1. Ano GCD ng 2 and 5? 1. Ano GCD ng 2 and 7? 1. Ang GCD ng 3 and 5, 1. GCD ng 3 and 7 is 1. 5 and 7 is 1 and so forth. Okay, so therefore, this is solvable by Chinese remainder theorem. Okay, now, we are now going to proceed by the solution or steps on solving this kind of equation. So, again, nire-write ko na siya as ganito. Ito yung system of congruence natin. So, step 1, kunin natin si M. Okay, so step 1, find the value of M. Try ka lang dito, step 1. Okay, find the value of M. So, M is equal to the product notation for I is equal to 1 up to 4. Sir, bakit 4? Kasi 4 lang yung M ng M sub I. So, that is equal sa 2 times 3 times 5 times 7 which is equal sa 210, I think. Okay, so again, step 1, find the value of M and find the value of M sub I na malaki. Again, hanapin mo yung value ng M. So, multiply ko yung mga M na yun. Tapos, hanapin ko yung M sub I. So, ano naman yung M sub I? Dito, ang M sub I, lagay ko lang dito. Ang M sub I natin is equal to M over M sub I. Okay, since 4 yung M natin, so 4 din yung M sub I natin. So, meaning, may M sub 1 tayo una. So, ano yung una? M sub 1 is equal to 210 over 2, which is equal sa 105. Next, M sub 2 is equal to 210 over 3, which is equal sa 70. M sub 3 is equal to 210 divided by 5, which is equal sa ilan to? 42. Then M sub 4, which is equal sa 210 over 7 is equal to 30. So, ito yung step 1. Hanapin mo yung value ng M tapos M sub I. So, sir, paano ko malalaman ko ilan M sub I? Kung ilan yung M natin. Siyempre, kung 4 siya, 4 din. Kung 3, 3 lang din. Okay, so, ayun yung mga value ng M sub I natin. Next, step 2. Step 2 is form the linear congruence. Step 2, form the linear congruence. Okay, so ano linear congruence yun? M sub I, B sub I, congruence to 1 mod M sub I. Then solve for B sub I. Okay, ito yung gagawin natin ha. Form the linear congruence M sub I, B sub I, congruence to 1 mod M sub I. So, meron tayo M sub 1. So, una M sub 1, B sub 1. So, ano yung B sub 1 natin? So, B sub 1. So, yun yung hanapin natin by the way. So, una, M sub 1. What is M sub 1? M sub 1 is 105. So, lagay ko lang dito lahat. Una is 105. B sub 1. Congruence to 1 mod. M sub I is 2. O, M sub 1 is 2. Tama. Next is, next natin is solve natin sa M sub 2. So, this is 70, no? So, this is 70 B sub 2 congruence to 1 mod M sub 2 na maliit. M sub 2 na maliit is 3. Okay. Next is, lagay ko lang dito kasi may lalagay ako konting solution. M sub 3. So, M sub 3 is 42. 42 B sub 3 congruence to 1 mod 5. Then lastly 30 B sub 4 congruence to 1 mod 7. Okay, so now we need to find the value of B sub 1, B sub 2 and up to B sub 4. So ano yung paano natin gagawin yan? So kung napansin mo, ito is pag continuous kong dinivide or sinubtract by 2, that is may remainder 1. Tama? So, this is obviously b sub 1 congruence to 1 mod 2. Okay, so ano value ng b sub 1 natin? So, ang value ng b sub 1 natin dyan is, therefore, the value of b sub 1 natin is 1. So, obvious na, ang value ng b sub 1 natin dyan is 1. Okay, lagi ko lang. So, therefore, the value of b sub 1 there is 1. Okay, next. Pagdating dito, 70 b sub 2 congruence to 1 mod 3. So, pag continuous ko siyang sinubtract by 3, abot kay 69. So, may matitirang b sub 2. So, mangyari, this is b sub 2 congruence to 1 mod 3. Okay, so obviously, b sub 1 or b sub 2 dito is also 1. Now, pagdating dito, 42. So, obviously, si 42, pag continuous kong sinubtract by 5, may lalabas na 2b sub 3. Okay, may matitira 2b sub 3. This is 2b sub 3 congruence to 1 mod 5. Okay, so ano yung value ng b sub 3 dyan? So, obviously, ang value ng b sub 3 dyan must be 3. So, sir, bakit? Ito kasi mangyari. Ang gagawin ko, i-multiply ko both side by 3. So, magiging 6 b sub 3 congruence to 3 mod 5. Tama? Tapos sobra na siya na isa. Therefore, this is b sub 3 congruence to 3 mod 5. Okay, therefore, b sub 3 is equal to 3. Okay, next. Dito naman, continuous ko sa subtract by 7. Matitira is 2 b sub 4. So, obviously, this is 2 b sub 4 congruence sa 1 mod 7. Okay, then again, kunyari, saan ko siya i-multiply? So, I think i-multiply ko siya by 4 para madali. So, pag multiply ko by 4, this is 8 b sub 4 congruence sa 4 mod 7. So, this is b sub 4 na lang kasi sobra na isa. Then, 4 mod 7. So, ano yung b sub 4? b sub 4 is equal to 4. Okay, so, yan yung mga na-value. Nahanap ko na value. So, that is step 2. Hanapin ko yung mga value ng b sub I. Form ko yung linear congruence, then find the value of b sub I. Okay, so, using yung ating linear congruence kung paano ko siya tinuro sa inyo last time. Now, next is step 3. So, I think kukulang to. So, step 3 is form the solution. So, form the solution. Ano ba yung solution natin? Ang solution natin is x bar is equal to summation ng a sub I, m sub I, then b sub I. Yan, nakasimple. So, kung ilan sila, yun yung i-add natin. So, in this case, may apat tayong a sub 1, apat na m sub 1, may apat na b sub 1. So, kaya ako hinanap. So, ano yung a sub 1 natin? Ang a sub 1 natin is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 5. Tama, kasi din yung sa formula natin. Ano yung m sub I natin? M sub I is 105, 70, 42, and 30. And b sub 1 is 1, 1, 3, 4. Okay, so therefore, the answer in this is 1 multiplied by 105 multiplied by 1 plus 2 multiplied by 70 times 1. Next, plus 4 multiplied by 42 times 3. Then lastly, 5 multiplied by 30 times 4. Okay, so therefore, this is in total, x bar is equal to 1,223 based on solution. Yeah. Okay, next is, ang gagawin nyo, the solution is 1,023. Sabi nga niya, ang solution daw is m congruence modulo m. Okay, the solution is unique modulo, module tuloy. So, this is modulo m. So, ano yung lumabas sa x bar? That is modulo 23. Modulo m. Kaya ano yung m na malaki natin? M natin na malaki is 210. Okay? So, supposedly, ang sagot natin dapat, so for step 4, ang sagot natin dapat is this 1, 2, 2, 3 modulo congruence modulo 210 kasi ito yon. Okay, kaso ito ang gusto kong hanapin yung pinakamababa in which pasok din si 1, 2, 2, 3. Pato gawin mo, hanggat mas malaki pa siya dun sa ating m, i-subtract mo ng i-subtract 120. So si 1223, subtract mo si 1223 minus 210 minus 210 ulit minus 210 minus 210 minus 210. So until umabot na less than na siya dun sa m natin, which is 210. So nangyari, that is 173. So therefore ang solution talaga natin, is 173. Okay, then 210. So kung naalala nyo, sinabi ko from the start ng congruence, this is just equivalent sa 173 plus 210k. So for any value of k. So again, paano nakuha si 173? Continuous kong isubtract si 1223 kay 210, tapos yun yung gagamitin ko. Sir, nasan si 1223? Nandiyan sa loob si 1223. Okay, so for some certain value of k, makukuha ko si 1223. Okay, so ito yung number na yun. So ano yung pinaka-least number? So kumbaga, ano yung pinaka-mababang number na pwede mo makuha? Ang unang pinaka-mababa kong number na makuha is 173. Okay, so check natin. Si 173 ba, pag dinivide ko by 2, ang remainder 1. Yes, kasi 172 yung divisible by 2, may sobrang isa. Si 173 ba divisible by, pag dinivide ko sa 3, ang remainder is 2. Nangyari si 173, no? So 173 divided by 2, 86. So 86 times 2, that is 172. Ay, sorry, 173 divided by 3, that is 57. So 57 times 3, that is 171. So sa 173, may remainder 2 siya. Okay, so si 173 divide ko ulit by ganito. Okay, so ngayon, ang sabi, find the least positive integer. So kaya ako kinuha si 172, 173. Kaya ako siya minus kay 210. So ang least possible value talaga is 173. Ang pinagkaiba nga lang is, ito yung lahat ng sakop ng solution. Kumbaga, ito yung lahat. Kumbaga, pinari, ginawa ko tong 1. So, 173 plus 210. Similar yung result. Kunwari, si 383, dinivide ko by 2, ang remainder 1. Dinivide ko by 3, ang remainder 2. Dinivide ko by 5, ang remainder is 4. Dinivide ko by 7, ang remainder is 5. Ganun lang yun. Ang kaso nga lang hinahanap, yung least positive integer. So, ito nga lang, pinagkaiba. Ito yung general, kumbaga, yung pangkalahatan. Okay, so, kaya 173 plus 210k. So, kung naaralan mo sa start ng congruence natin, parang nabanggit ko to. Nung pinrove ko na siya ay equivalence relation. So, siya ay parang class. Ito yung class representative ng lahat ng aking possible solution. Okay, so ganyan ko siya ina-apply dito. So hoping na nakita mo siya. Okay, so pag tinanong what's the least positive integer, that is 173. So the least positive integer, is 173. Okay, so yan, okay lang naman yung sagot mo. Pero in general mas okay to kasi doon naman lahat yan. Tapos may intindihan ko pa. Okay, so next is we have theorem 11.4. So, sabi na, the system of congruence, x congruence to a sub 1 mod m sub 1, congruence x congruence to a sub 2 mod m sub 2, up to x congruence to a sub n mod m sub n, is solvable if d divides a sub i minus a sub j, where I is not equal to j and d is equal to m sub i and m sub j. If solution exists, it's a unique modulo m ng, parang yung multiplier. Kumbaga, ito yung LCM na m sub 1, m sub 2, up to m sub n. Okay, so ano naman yung binibigay nitong parang impact. So, pwede mong gawin ganito. Kunyari, malaki yung modulo M. Okay, so, kunyari, ito malaki. Tulad niya malaki. So, pwede kang gawin mo is kunin mo lahat ng unique factor niya, yung prime factor niya. Tapos, hatiin natin siya into system of linear congruence. So, ito kasi, linear congruence siya. Isa lang. So, ang gagawin is hatiin natin siya to form system of linear congruence. Yun lang yung ibig sabihin nito. So, ang gagawin mo, kailangan ma-form mo siya is m sub 1 times m sub 2 times m sub 3 up to m sub n. So, dapat yung kanyang prime, kumbaga yung prime factor. Okay. So, paano natin gagawin yung ganyang idea or paano natin isa-solve yung ganitong klaseng problem? Okay. So, check ko lang. Okay, so let us try this. So, solve the linear congruence 17x congruence sa 23 mod 462. So, ito yung una. I-break natin yung modulus na 462 into moduli. So, into the two different moduli na prime factor. So, yung 462 is equivalently kay 2 times 3 times 7 times 11. So, check natin sa calcu. So, sabi kasi ni Bukoy, 2 times 3 times 7 times 11. So, that's 462. So, tama naman. So, ang gagawin natin afterwards is, after natin ma-form yan, pwede natin siya i-break into similar congruences. So, kumbaga, 17x congruence to 23 mod 2. So, kumbaga, paulit-ulit siya. So, mangyari, this is 17x congruence to 23 mod 2. Pangalawa, 17x congruence to 23 mod 3. Okay, next 17x congruence to 23 mod 7. Okay, next is 17x congruence to 23 mod 11. Okay, next is syempre hindi pa tayo na-form ng ganito. So ang goal natin kailangan ma-form natin sa ganyan. So in which x lang yung nasa right side. So therefore isa-simplify natin siya right away kada isa. So ito kung pansinin mo, pag sinimplify natin si 17x congruence to 23 mod 2. So I think pinaka better is scratch dito na lang, or sige pagkasahin natin, try natin pagkasahin, no? So i-break natin una, no? So una si 17x congruence to 23 mod 2. So paano ba natin gagawin yan? Obviously pag continuous ko siyang dinivide by 2, may remainder 1. Pag continuous ko dinivide by 2, may remainder 1. So this is equivalently x congruence to 1 mod 2. So okay tayo dyan. Okay, next is, so ito yung isa, equation 1. Next is 17x congruence to 23 mod 3. So pag continuous ko siyang dinivide by 3 hanggang 15 lang, so sobra ng 2x. So para magiging 2x siya, no? So magiging 2x congruence sa 2 rin, tama? So kasi 23 continuous ko subtract by 3, that is 21, so that is 2 mod 3. And obviously divide ko by 2 both side, that is x congruence to 1 mod 3. So this is equation 2. Okay, next is 17 x congruence kay 23 mod 7. So again, continuous ko siyang i-subtract by 7. This is 3 kasi 14 yun. Congruence sa 2 mod 7. Okay, so arrange natin konti. So paano natin ma-solve yung 3x congruence to 2 mod 7? Ang gagawin natin is i-multiply natin siya by, I think 2. No? I-multiply mo by 2, mangyari magiging 6x congruence to 4 mod 7. Tapos kulang siya na isa. Tama. So magiging kulang siya na isa. So this is negative x congruence kay 4 mod 7. Or lagay ko lang, this is x congruence kay negative 4 mod 7. So another thing, hindi ko na naman to sinimplify. Okay, ang lagi ko kasi pinapansin talaga right away yung nasa right side, yung sa x. Okay, so therefore ito yung equation number, I think pwede na to, no? So I think this is equation number 3. So pwede na tong negative na to. Next kay 4. So we have 17 x congruence kay 23 mod 11. So this is 6x congruence kay 1 mod 11. Okay, then syempre multiply natin to by 2 para maging 12 para lumapit kay 11. So this is 12x congruence sa 2 mod 11. Then galawin mo na lang to. So this is just x na lang kasi sobra. Then 2 mod 11. So this is equation number 4. So therefore may bago tayong form ng system of linear congruence. So ito yun. So lagay ko lang ha. Una, x is congruence to 1 mod 2. X is congruence kay 1 mod 3. X is congruence kay negative 4. So possible yan. Mod 7. And x is congruence to 2 mod 11. So ayun yung system of linear congruence natin na bago. Into which galing lang dito. Okay, so next is, so another thing, no, siguro ito yung naglalarong tanong sa'yo, no, sir, ba't di mo po ginalaw to? Kumbaga, napansin namin sir, dito ka lang usually gumagalaw sa X. So okay lang naman talaga lagi yun kasi gaya ng ginagawa ko. Pwede ito lang yung galawin ko. So usually naman ginagalaw ko lang naman yung dito nasa loob niya pag sobra siya. So pag kulang, so usually wag mo nang galawin kasi almost ayun na yung sagot natin eh. Okay, so next is syempre kunin natin yung step 1. So magja-Chinese remainder theorem na tayo kasi pasok na tayo dun sa ating method, no? So by Chinese remainder theorem kunin natin step 1. So step 1. So step 1 obvious naman ano yung M natin. M natin is 462. Kasi galing lang naman sila lahat dito eh. Okay, then kunin natin M sub 1, M sub 1. So M sub 1 is equal to 462 divided by 2. So that is, I think, 231. M sub 2 is equal sa 462 divided by 3. So, I think that is 154. So, nangungodi ko na lang ako. Then, M sub 3 is equal sa 462 divided by 7. So, that is 66. Then, M sub 4 is equal to 462 over 11, and that is I think 42. Okay, so yun yung mga M sabay. So next is ipo-form natin yung ating linear congruence dyan. So I think kuha na lang ako ng scratch dito. So I think pwede na to. So sorry, medyo mahaba siya. Hindi ko expected na ito yung kakalabasan niya. Ganyan karami. So next is kunin na natin si ating step 2, no? Form natin yung linear congruences. So step 2, linear congruences natin. So for step 2, so we have no, M sub 1, B sub 1 is equal to 1 mod M sub I or M sub 1. So M sub 1 natin is 231. So that is 231 B sub 1 congruence kay 1 mod 2. So dito solve ko na rin, no? Para mas mapadali. So pag continuous ko tong sinubtract by 2, so that is 1. No, obviously ang B natin dito is 1. So obviously this is B sub 1 congruence kay 1 mod 2. So therefore B sub 1 is equal to 1. Okay, next is 154 B sub 2 congruence kay 1 mod 3. So pag continuous kong sinubtract by 3, so obviously 1 din kasi 150 is divisible by 3, then 3 ulit, so meaning may 1 na matitira. So this is obviously B sub 2 congruence kay 1 mod 3, or simply B sub 2 is equal to 1. Okay, next is 66 B sub 2 congruence kay 1, tama, congruence kay 1 mod 7. So pag continuous kong dinivide, so I think 6 times 7 or so 66 minus 7 minus 7 minus 7, again 66 minus 7 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 minus 7, that is 3. Okay, that is 3 B sub 2. That is 3 B sub 2 congruence kay 1 mod 7. So obviously mo multiply ko siya by I think 3 ulit para makuha. So I think 2 na lang. So kung 2, so ang sagot dito is negative something, no? So kung multiply ko by 2, magiging 6 B congruence sa 2 mod 7. Tapos magiging negative to, negative B sub 2, then 2 mod 7. So obviously B sub 3, sorry, B sub 3 to. Obviously, B sub 3 is equal to negative 2. Okay, so I think yun yung nakuha sa kanya. Okay, next is si 42. So this is 42 B sub 4 congruence kay 1 mod 11. So that is 33, I think, no? So pag continuous kong sinubtract by 11 or Nyari, subtract ko siya continuous by 11. So, matitira that is 9 something. Or, sobrahan ko. Ganito gagawin ko, continuous ko sang isusubtract kay 11. So para tik mas malapit. 42 minus 11, minus 11, minus 11. So, ang nangyari kasi lumabas is 9. So, 9b1, 9b4, yun yung mangyari. Tapos mag-iisip na naman tayo, i-multiply something. So, what if sobrahan ko? Nari, 9 minus 11, that is negative 2. Kumbaga, sobra ko. This is negative 2, b sub 4, congruence kay 1, mod 11. So, anong ginawa ni sir? Si 42, 4 na beses ko sinubtract kay 11. So, anong nangyari? 9 minus 11, that is negative 2. So, sir, pwede yun? Yes, pwede yun. So, sir, bakit mo sinadya yun? Kasi, kung sa 9 lang tayo titigil, ano mangyari? Mag-iisip na naman tayo ng number na yung multiply, tas palayo ng palayo yung solution. Instead of negative, pagdating sa negative 2, mas madali kasi maliit yung value. So, dito, konti na lang iisipin kong value. So, I think, multiply ko na siya by 5 or by 6 para mas sumobra. Tama? So, kunyari, i-multiply ko siya by 6. So, this is just negative 12 b sub 4 congruence kay 6 mod 11. Tapos, sobra to, this is negative b sub 4 congruence kay 6 mod 11. Then, that is, therefore, b sub 4 is equal to negative 6. Okay? So, ayun yung mga isa sa mga technique pang at least na generate na sa akin. So again, pinapakita ko yung mga possible technique na pwede natin gawin. Next is step 3, i-form natin yung kanyang solution. So ano yung solution ulit? Step 3, form the solution. Step 3 is x bar is equal to summation ng a sub 1, m sub I, b sub I, b sub I. So sir, ano po yung gagamitin namin ng mga m sub I o a sub 1 dito? Ang gagamitin nyo na a sub 1, since ginamit natin ito. 1, 1, negative 4, and 2. Okay, yan yung mga a sub I natin. Okay, 1, 1, negative 4, and 2. So, proceed tayo sa solution. So, this is equal sa 1 times, una is 2, 3, 1. Ano yung unang b sub 1? B sub 1 na una is 1. Okay, then plus 1 ulit kasi yun yung a sub 2. Then, multiply by 1, 5, 4. Multiply ulit by 1. Next, plus negative 4. Kasi negative 4 yung a sub 1. Negative 4 dito. Okay, negative 4 times 66. Okay, then times b sub 1. B sub 1 b sub 3 na pangatlo is negative 2. Then plus, uli is 2 times 42 multiplied by negative 6. Okay, so ayun yung magiging sagot. So once na kinalculate ko siya, ang naging sagot is 409. So ikaw na lang mag-check. This is 409. So again, saan galing yung a sub I ko? Yung a sub I ko, hindi ka manggagaling dito. Dito galing yung a sub I natin. Okay, so kasi sa inyo na simplify natin. Yan yung system of linear congruence talaga. Totally. Okay, so sorry, medyo natatakpan. Haba kasi talagang solution. So therefore, this is 409. So ngayon, ang congruence natin is 409 congruence 462. Tama? So kung napapansin nyo, ang sagot natin totally dapat dito is 409. Pero, since ito yung x sub I, ano mangyari? Ang hinahanap natin totally isa lang. So, hindi madami, no? So, therefore, hindi siya basta x bar. Ito lang mismo yung sagot natin. So, therefore, this is the value of x. Ito lang kasi totally hinahanap natin. All in all. So, kung checking, check nyo. So, for checking, that is 17. Tapos, 409 congruence kay 23 mod 462. So, check nyo lang. That is 462 divides 17, 409 minus 23. So, check ni sir. So, check lang ni sir. That is 17 times 409 minus 23. That is 2,000. Then, divide natin sa 462. Okay, then this is divisible siya. Okay, so therefore, this is correct. So, therefore, this is the value. So, again, pag ganito naman yung nangyari, yung from isa, then biniyak mo siya. So, naging system of linear congruence siya. So, ayun yung gagawin nyo. So, ngayon, sir, kailan namin gagawin na system of linear congruence siya? I think, i-declare ko, ilalagay ko siya na yung moduli na to, yung modulus na 462 is kumbaga ipapactor out mo into different moduli. So, sa kanyang mga, sir, bakit yun ako? By the way, sir, paano mo na ako si 237, 237, 11? Ayan kasi yung mga prime factor niya. So, possible kasi kunin mo lang 162. Dapat prime factor. Ito yung una. Pag biniyak mo siya, make sure na dapat prime factor. Prime number yung multiplier. Okay, so ayun yung isa sa mga isi-secure ko. Okay, so again, kung isa yung given, pwede naman isolve mo lang literal kung paano natin isolve linear congruence. Pero, again, ito yung application din ng Chinese remainder theorem sa mga ganito. So, kumbaga, from basic, pinahaba. Okay, so kung napansin mo, humaba yung solution. Pero, at least nakuha natin yung tamang sagot. Okay, so, ikaw na lang din mag-check kung gawin natin siya in usual way. So, baga, multiply mo siya ng multiply something kasi laki ng kulang eh. So, mag-multiply ka lang something dyan into which kaya mong hanapin yung 409 na yan. Okay, so that's all and thank you for watching. Hoping na naintindihan mo yung Chinese remainder theorem. So, sensya na kasi medyo mahaba siya. Okay, so that's all and thank you for watching.